Yeah, I think the big thing is they're improving. They've improved defensively. I think they have some young guys that are getting better. They're forming more of an identity as a team. So they're definitely growing as far as how formidable they are to play against. And they got some nice pieces, guys that can, obviously Cat can do the things he can do at his size, and Edwards is an explosive athlete that can do many things on the basketball court, and D'Angelo, and you go down the line. There's plenty of talented players over there, so we have to be sharp tonight and continue to build on the things we've been building on.
So your plan for Claxton as you work him back into the flow of things?
Yeah, I'd like to see him get an opportunity tonight. I don't want to guarantee anything, but there's a chance he plays a little bit tonight and tomorrow. So we'll see how the opportunity presents itself, but that would be positive, I think, if he can get some minutes and continue his return to play.
You just kind of touched on this, but given how long Nick's been out, I take it there's be a restriction on him as he kind of works his way back up into game action. Should he play?
Yeah, I mean, I think our rotations are pretty solid right now. So it's not like he's coming back to play 25 minutes a night, but we want to give him opportunities to grow, improve his fitness, and that he's up to adapting back to the game, and then worry about his performances as we go here. But right away, we want to give him a chance to get back in the lineup and get some minutes.
How much has the start-stop nature, I guess, and obviously you weren't here for all of his career, but how much is the start-stop nature of his career between the shoulder and the knee and the COVID, how much has that played a role in his conditioning issues, or do you not see that as being kind of what the core of the problem has been?
There's no way it could help. But I don't know. I couldn't answer that. Like, honestly, I don't know if that's the issue or not. But he's been working hard. He worked hard, I think, preseason. He's worked hard here lately to get back. And so that's all you can ask. We're just going to keep pushing him to be the best he can be. We know he has ability and has a unique profile to our team. So his development is important. But also I think that his ability adds something to our roster. So to see him get back there and to a place where he's available, then a place where he's making an impact, and then continue to develop and grow, I think is positive for our group.
Obviously, he's cleared to play, but is his health something that's going to be the subject of ongoing monitoring or anything like that?
No, I think that's behind him, and it's just a matter of his, like I said, the adaptation to the demands, and his fitness and performances will, be judged going forward. But we believe in Nick, and we're happy that he's back, and it's just a matter of him getting it going again, in layman's terms.
You referenced this a little bit, but he does have kind of a unique skill set just compared to the rest of the roster. How important is it to get those skills kind of back in the mix?
Well, that's the positive. The exciting part is that he is, an athletic, young, active big that can guard multiple positions, can protect the rim, can roll on offense, and can just be disruptive with his energy, length, and athleticism. So that's, like you said, a unique profile for our team. And so if we can get him, back to where he's confident, comfortable, physically, mentally, emotionally, and then adapting to our team's play, there's no reason why he can't make an impact for us.
Hey, Coach, I know you took Blake out of the rotation. You kind of sub Paul Millsap into those minutes. But what have you seen from Paul? And is there a chance that they are kind of competing for those backup center minutes behind LaMarcus?
We'll see. I think right now just giving Paul an opportunity. He sat patiently playing little spot minutes here and there and not playing sometimes. I think he's earned an opportunity. He, as an intelligent, experienced player, is pretty skilled. He's seen it all before. Trying to find a fit with this group takes time, but you can see the way he can play make as a big, and he can rebound a little bit and make shots, get to the second side, do a bunch of things that I think help facilitate our offense, and he has the intelligence defensively and good hands to make an impact there too. So he's earned an opportunity. I think he's played quite well, and it's just a matter of seeing if he develops with this group and finds a real comfort zone.
To circle back to Nick for a second, you said that there's a possibility he could get some minutes tonight. How do you balance him possibly getting minutes against just forcing a situation where he's getting playing time just for the sake of getting playing time?
That's a good question. I mean, I think it's I don't love to force, like if it presents itself and we can get him out there, then I'd be all up for it, but all in on that. But I don't want to just force it and say he's playing tonight regardless. I think it's a little early to that. It's a back-to-back. It's his first game back. Let's see if the opportunity presents itself and is positive for him and for the group.
Hey, Steve, this question is a total departure from tonight's game, but when I'm not doing Timberwolves games, I do work with the PPA Tour over the summer, and I know you had Ben Johns fly out to La Jolla, and he gave you guys in the coaching staff some lessons. I just want to know, what you think of the sport, what you think of him, and how that experience was.
Yeah, it's a fun sport, and it was great to see it at the highest level. He was incredible. So that was, I think, a highlight of the coaches' retreat to play against the world number one and get a lesson, more or less. It was fun.
Coach, back when Cam first cracked the rotation, you were saying that you didn't want him or the young guys to think too much when they're out there on the court. At this point, what do you make of how he's performed out there?
I think he's doing great. I mean, it's like I've said with Cam, I think throughout this process is that this is a big change for him. He's played the game away for probably his entire career that isn't necessarily the way the NBA's played for 95% of the league, getting to mid-range jump shots off the dribble, his ability to get to space and make shots is great. But at this level, the value of those shots isn't as high, so his willingness to adapt, to take threes, to drive to the basket, to make the extra pass, to learn how to, stick to the game plan defensively, make less errors, that willingness and that ability to change essentially and to fit into this group has made me really proud of him. That's not easy. And we know he's a talented player, and when you have talent, it can be frustrating to be like, I can't do the things that I've done all my life, but we have to, I think, teach him first to fit into the group and then allow him to grow. And so lately I think he's really taken on that challenge, and I'm really proud of his effort at both ends of the floor.
Coach, obviously James Johnson spent a lot of time with the Heat, and every time I ask him about what he's taking from his time with the Heat to impart onto the guys here, he goes, hey, the culture here is already defined. So I'm wondering what you get from a guy like James outside of what he brings on the floor that might, impact what you guys are able to do off the floor.
I think, for us, we appreciate having a versatile player, that can guard multiple positions. He's played 13 years in the league, I believe, so he has experience. He brings toughness. I enjoy being around him every day. I don't want to get into the weeds with what he brings off the floor, because that's more for the players. That's their private time. But, on the court, I love his experience. I love his toughness, his versatility as far as being able to initiate offense, get to the basket, make plays off the dribble. And defensively, he can do different things, get a deflection, get a steal, get a rebound. I said, there's a versatility to his game that I think fits nicely with our group.
Was there anything, I guess, on the tape or on the film that you learned about him after the fact that you didn't know before he ended up here, or is he kind of like?
I think that's what we expected from him. We've seen him play a long time now, and like I said, I think he gives us a little life at times, or his burst with the dribble to create opportunities for his teammates or get to the basket. And like I said, his physicality, I think that's a dimension that helps us.
Thank you.